Are you looking for the next crypto gaming token that can 100x your investments? You think it's impossible. Everyone keeps talking about it. You see all the thumbnails. But really the trick is to get in early. And today, in my latest intel report, I have 4 gaming coins that could very well hit that 100x mark if you play your cards right. It's mission time. Welcome back, agents. Secret Agent Stash here, and we're at GIA headquarters, the gaming intelligence agency. You know what we're doing here. We're researching and telling you guys all about the latest up-and-coming crypto gaming coins and airdrops and play to earns and all the great stuff that is happening right now, because it's a very exciting time for the crypto gaming industry. We have seen a lot of projects that have been building during the bear market, and now all of that hard work is starting to pay off big, and we've already started to see that. And so we're going to take a look at 4 projects today that could get you in still on these big runs that we've been seeing for some of these tokens here in gaming before all the profits are gone here over the next year or two, right? We want to start setting ourselves up now, so as we see this bull run start to take a hold here over the next we'll say 8 months to a year, then we can really reap those great profits, right? That's where really the 100x moves are. For tokens like this. If you want to go play meme coins, that's fine. That's a whole nother thing, man. We don't do meme coins here. Well, maybe, all right. Maybe once in a while. But look, mostly we do gaming coins. And so today, these ones are all early. Only one of these tokens is launched. Only one is actually available to buy right now. The other ones have, are up and coming. So it is a great time to look at how A, you can earn them for free, and then B, how you can get in on them and about what time they're gonna be dropping here, because a couple of them are pretty imminent. All right, so let's go take a look at these 4 coins right now. All right, first up, you know it, you love it. It is Carot Coin. This coin just launched here a day ago. This is the native token for My Pet Hooligan. But more than just that, they're trying to make this coin a little bit larger than that, right? That's kind of the theme we're seeing now, as everyone is making an ecosystem token, right? That is also then used in their game. So Carot Token launched here, and they launched immediately here on Coinbase. They launched on KuCoin and on Gate.io on the first day. And we're already seeing valuations, pretty high here for Carot Coin. But the cool thing about this is people think, oh, it's just My Pet Hooligan's token. But once again, it's actually a token that is focused a little bit more on AI than I think a lot of people realize. The My Pet Hooligan brand and what they're doing there that is going to be interacting here with Carot Token is very AI focused. And they do it so well and so seamless in a lot of their work, their content that they put out, in particular stuff revolving Hooli, but a lot of their other things they're working on here too for like their feature length films, which I think are going to be kind of wrapped up into some of those things as they kind of get more fleshed out, right? But the Carot Token is trying to be that token for all these things. Now, when you look at what we've done so far, only 1 day in. We're 1 day in, and we're already looking at a fully diluted valuation, market cap valuation of about $834 million. I think we touched close to being about a fully diluted valuation of about $1 billion at one point here. So I think this is going to be one of those tokens where when you look at how it kind of came out, there was already a lot of people staking this token. So the fact that it's kind of maintained its price here over the last day fairly well. We've only seen it dip down to about the 75-cent level, and kind of maintaining the price very well for how many tokens were essentially airdropped to stakers, people holding their NFTs for a very long time. But I think this is going to be a great buy. Maybe right now, you want to look at like, okay, we're getting this good dip in. I mean, if this does anything even close to something we've seen with like Mavia here, this could be a great time to jump in on this token before it absolutely skyrockets here. Of course, I am an ambassador for My Pet Hooligan, and I do really love what they've been doing here. Been supporting this team ever since the beginning, and big congratulations for them on getting this token launched and for doing so well here. I do think that, because of what I've seen with this team, man, it makes me very bullish on the future of Carot Token and My Pet Hooligan in general. And you can't hate the fact that they gave me my own skin too, right? All right, up next we have Bloodloop. This is a 5v5 hero shooter on Avalanche. It's being launch padded. It's being like kickstarted here from Seedify, right? Anytime they're helping to launch a project, an IDO, it's going to be good. A lot of really great things going for this. You know I love Avalanche. I don't know if I told you guys, but I am an official Avalanche ambassador. Love what they're doing over there. You know, backed by Avalabs and Merit Circle. Becker's on board as an advisor for this one, you know, which is great. Fellow Neo Tokyo, right? I'm also a Neo Tokyo citizen. They got massive amounts of sign up, right, for their play to airdrop campaign, which is coming up here, right? We're looking at that as being one of the major elements for their upcoming TGE for the BLS token. That's their token for their ecosystem. And you know, one of the cool things that I really like about this one, when we've seen a couple other 5v5 hero shooters or like hero shooter style games come to Web3 recently. And the one that the one thing that kind of to me that you know makes Bloodloop stick out a little bit is I love the fact that they have like dynamic maps with interactive and destructible elements, right? That's one of the cool things that I'm really actually looking forward to in the next upcoming playtest. So make sure to look for live stream on Bloodloop here pretty soon. Now, another interesting thing, they go over kind of some of the lore and some of the heroes here, which is pretty cool. Another interesting thing that we're looking at here is like, well, what is the use case for BLS as a token? Why is this going to be a good thing to be holding, and why are we bullish here? Like I said, they already have tons and tons of signups. Like 250,000 people have signed up for this airdrop and to start playing this game, right? But they're going to be using this to be able to, the BLS token, to be able to use to be able to make NFTs, right? So you have specialized NFTs that are, you know, essentially things that you're going to be able to get, you know, through experience without active gameplay, right? So you have to actually go in and like obtain the materials, get these things to be able to craft. But then to do that, you're going to have to use the token, right? You have to pay tokens to craft, right? And the interesting thing about this is that the way that they talk about this economy, right? So the token utility here is that all these skins and things that you're going to be able to get for the game that you're going to be able to craft by using in-game ingredients, right, are limited. So very similar to what we've seen with Big Time, where the economy is you're crafting and hey man, there's only 1,000 of these. So the first people to make these, that's it. There's no more. So I love that that they're kind of going the Big Time you know, economy route here, where you know, they have a fee. It's in the native token. And then also if you want to trade too as well, you're going to have to use the BLS token. You're going to have to use it for tournaments. You can also use it for wagering on your favorite players, which is pretty cool, right? So I love that kind of aspect right there. Just being able to wager your BLS tokens on some of the best top ranked players is pretty cool. And then also for leaderboards, of course, right? So that's the big one always, right? Leaderboards, it's the people who have the best skill. They're going out there, they're going to be able to earn for all the really cool things that they're, you know, obtaining in the game, all their skills and all their, you know, kind of stats and stuff like that, right? So pretty big for Bloodloop. And like I said, you got to jump in and claim your username right now so you can get in on this airdrop that's going to be happening pretty soon here for BLS tokens. So this was kind of pushed back. So we did get the kind of a little bit of a pushback, but I think that now we're on track and we're going to see a new playtest coming here pretty soon, and then the opening of their airdrop campaign too. So pretty excited about that. So look, the reason I'm bullish on something like this is because with this many users that are behind this, they've done a really great job of garnering an amount of people who are really excited about playing this game. I being one of them. Every one of their tests has been full, tons of people playing. They've done a bunch of iterations on the gameplay loop itself. The team has been all over the place. I got to actually meet them in GDC. So a lot of really great reasons, right? When you're talking about team, you're talking about token use case, utility, the way they're going about their airdrop, the amount of social activity they have, all these things combined of like, this could be a great token drop here. And we could definitely see something like this being pushed very huge through the Seedify launch pad kind of, you know, blast off rocket ship, right? Where you're like, all right, when we know when it has these kinds of elements, then we know this token is going to blast off. And I think that has all those right elements here. Okay, now we're talking about Haven's Compass. This is a first-person shooter, so we're kind of switching modes a little bit here from hero shooter over to first-person shooter. Haven's Compass is a game I've played on stream before. It is a very well-polished UE5 shooter that has some pretty cool, unique elements about what they're doing. It kind of combines like your average not your average, like yeah, your run-of-the-mill first-person shooter, but what it does, it kind of takes that and kicks it up with some hero elements, which I really love. So you have like these kind of unique abilities that you can use and kind of choose and kind of customize here for your player, right? So pretty interesting, and the game itself feels actually really good. right? In general, the gameplay itself feels really good. Right now, they have what I would kind of consider a demo that is out on Epic Games that you can actually play. So whereas Bloodloop is a game that is still in pre alpha access, so you can't get to playing it right now. My Pet Hooligan is fully accessible on Epic Games as well. This game is also there, and I feel like it's more of a demo, right? But one of the big things that they're doing here is they just talked about details here recently about their huge 400 million CMPS airdrop for their players, right, in their community. So over 40% of the supply for their new upcoming token that is not out yet, the CMPS token, is going to the community and players. That's a huge amount, guys, for the airdrop here, which means they're going to garner a lot of attention for this token, right? And the fact that you're going to be able to earn it for free, right, versus something a little bit different with My Pet Hooligan, where you're just kind of staking an NFT over time. I think this is an interesting way of going about this. It doesn't put as much sell pressure, I would say, on the token as maybe a really long-term staking event for an NFT, where you could really rack up a lot of those rewards there. But cool to see them kicking off with some social quests here. They say in-game quests are coming soon as well, which is pretty cool. And once again, another character, another asset here that this has the same kind of characteristics as Bloodloop is the fact that they're on Cetify, right? Kind of sharing some of those same characteristics. So we're looking at this token too, very similar thing, right? Huge airdrop campaign going on. To me, that's a bullish sign. I know a lot of people who may be investing think, oh, they're giving away free tokens. That's bad. That means there's gonna be a lot of people that want to sell this token. But the thing is that the amount of time people are investing into a game like this, a lot of times what they end up doing is going and reinvesting those tokens back into the game to do things like crafting, because there's more incentive there. Bloodloop did that. You can see in the white paper with their upcoming BLS token. We've seen that be successful also with Play Big Time, right? Anytime you guys see me playing Big Time on Wednesday, they have an economy that's very similar to that, right? So I think that we've seen those tokens be pretty successful here. Now, Big Time has a really big giveaway that they're doing with their airdrops. So is Haven's Compass here, but I do think getting in early on this token through this airdrop could be the way for you to really look at maybe getting a 100x on those tokens, right? So yeah, like I said, something with this like this huge airdrop campaign, I think, when you look at all those elements that we're looking with Haven's Compass too, like, okay, well, great, we're gonna get airdrop, but what does a token actually do, right? So when you talk about like, well, why is this going to be a 100x? Why do we think this token here has a potential to get there if you get in super early, right? Because we know it's all about getting in really early, and these initial airdrops before the token is even launched is when you should be getting in, because you can farm the token now and then even look to pad your bags when people are dumping them early on, right? So that's kind of the move, I think. So essentially the token is going to be used for doing cosmetics, right, in the game, but it's also going to be used for something called be able to access something called the Haven Zone, right? This is a really interesting. This is where I really think that this token has a very interesting kind of use case here. So to access kind of this safe zone, right, you need to be able to use this token. Right, so you can see right here, so accumulating enough CMPS tokens is necessary for players to reach Haven, adding a layer of strategy and risk to gameplay. The requirement shaped players' decisions and the overall gaming experience, because in Haven, it's like the ultimate safe zone. So the way they're kind of going at this game, like I like just that one thing gets me really peaked here with the way they're going to be using this token. Also, too, obviously, similar to what we saw with Bloodloop, you're going to use this token to be able to get into tournaments as well. So it'll require CMPS tokens or NFTs to be able to get into some of these tournaments, right? And these are 4 stakes tournaments. So you're going to be entering to win probably some pretty big prize pools, right? Looking forward here. So once again, we have all the elements stacking up again, and here is why I'm bullish. A big airdrop, that means lots of attention is going to be on Haven's Compass. They already did a successful NFT drop, which is really great. We saw that it was a free drop, went out quickly, right? And then you look at the actual gameplay for this game, and it looks great. Like I said, it's very smooth. If they can kind of combine some of these elements they're talking about with this first person, I think they really do have something here that could be a lot of fun to play. I enjoyed playing the demo, and I think a lot of the agents also enjoyed it, right? So that's also a big thing for me as well, right? Then you look at actual good utility, unique utility for their token. If this game takes off, having to use those tokens to be able to enter some sort of like ultimate safe zone for your character, for your whatever it is, whatever you're doing in your base, things like that. They haven't really alluded to that. That to me is something very interesting, and I think will pique the interest of a lot of gamers and investors as well. Okay, last up on my intel report today is SRF In The Darkness. This is a Diablo style ARPG looting style game. I mean, it's literally a Web3 Diablo. Like that, we're just going straight into it. It is literally a Web3 Diablo. You know, it's one of those things where like, all right, man, you know, we're just gonna make a copy of Diablo, but we're gonna put some Web3 elements in it. Sounds good. But the thing is, they've done it well, right? It's not like they've just like straight copied. Like I think they've done it very, very well. And Diablo has been a massive, huge hit, right? So you look at what we see here with, you know, the launch of Diablo 4, and it was played by millions of players across the globe. Now, you know, I think people love this style of game in general, which is a good thing. And the fact that they've done it very well, as you can see here from some of the footage, I think that they are really onto something, right? Now, they have just launched their very first preseason, right? So the very first preseason for SRF is out there. They do have some codes, and we're going to be doing a code giveaway in my Discord. So if you are seeing this video as it launched, go check that out. That's some alpha right there. But the game is a lot of fun. The game is a lot of fun from what I've seen. I'm going to be playing this game here pretty soon and doing it like a top secret Thursday breakdown of it. But from everything I've seen from the recent footage and everyone's reaction so far, I think SRF is going to be one of those ones that I think a lot of people didn't really see coming, right? This is a PC and also mobile focused game too, which I think is a really big hot trend right now, right? We're seeing these NFT focused or these crypto focused mobile games be hot. Everyone is looking for the best mobile game to earn, and SRF could actually be it here with their preseason. Now, interesting thing with SRF 2 is that, you know, they have their SRF token that is not launched yet, right? So we know they already have a ton of people like playing this game. The game is in like a very polished, like finished type of state. So versus some of these other games that are kind of still building, My Pet Hooligan may be the next most polished game. But then we see, you know, some of these other games like Bloodloop that are still in very early access, but still very polished. Haven's Compass still very, very polished, but early access. I think SRF is a little bit farther along, and I think that you know, if there's a really big player demand for this, which I think there really could be, you know, this token actually could do really, really well, right? So a portion of the SRF supply is going to also be used for player rewards, which is interesting too. So we've talked about that, and like, you know, all these other tokens have ways to earn them right here early before they're launching. So you know you're going to almost maximize your return, right? Outside of being in like an early seed round investment, right? So if you look at like, okay, well, what's the best way to do it? Like it's getting in early, right? And once again, I said that if you have access to early investments, right? If you can do it in some sort of way through some sort of seed funding or like a seedify, right? Or is some sort of like coal round. Like a lot of times you see like these you know, influencer rounds, right? I get in on some of those as well. That's a great return. But like the second best one is doing like one of these airdrops where you're playing to airdrop, you get the tokens for free, you're just investing some of your time early on, and then you can even stock up and double up your bags when the token launches for real. So if we see a high number of players playing this game, that means a large demand for this token, in particular to open treasure chests. I mean, that's a big thing. We've seen that being really big in big time. Another likening to something we see that's already been successful, where people are spending tokens to open chests for chances at rewards in games just like this. So that could mean that this token, you know, has a really good use case and is being burned or used, consumed in a very quick manner, which is bullish to me, and one of the reasons why I think SRF as a token could be really big here for this game that is still a little bit underneath the radar, but has potential to really have a big player base and a lot of people trying to farm this token as they release. All right, so there you go. You're looking to get in early. You're looking for some of these gaming focused tokens that are not necessarily released or just barely released with, you know, Carot Token, where you have an opportunity to get in now before we really see a large bull run happen, right? We've seen a little bit of a pump here. We've seen Bitcoin get above all-time highs. We haven't seen altcoins really run yet. And so I think we're at a perfect time where a lot of these tokens are getting ready to launch, and they're going to launch at lower valuations, right? Maybe we're looking at something to like with My Pet Hooligan, somewhere from like 1 billion down to 200 million or 100 million. And these are the times to be able to scoop up these tokens if you can't get in on those early investment rounds like I talked about earlier, because not everybody can get in on those. But these play to airdrop times before the token launches is one of the best times to get in, because you maximize your rewards and you'll know exactly how to play the token drop itself, right? Because you're already now immersed in the community, trying to farm the airdrop. So there's a big benefit for that, right? Is being right at the head of the line. So we can get in early and get in those tokens before anybody else does. All right, agents, that's all we have for today. As always, this briefing never happened. Secret Agent Stash, over and out. Secret Agent Stash.